And thus, the stars have aligned, and thunder fell down from the heavens. Constellars finally got new support. Let's do this thing. Hello everyone, it is I, Seto-sama the Fanatic, on Team Forbidden's YouTube page. Constellars. It's an old favorite of mine. Andrew and I opened up a case of the Hidden Arsenal set where this came out. I originally wasn't going to build them, saw what they were, saw what they did, and decided, you know what, this actually might be my style. And it was. And they got a new monster. So let's just get into it. So first off, unfortunately, we're not running any of the high-level Constellars, even though you probably could run the level 5 Searcher. But we are running standard 3 Constellar Chaos. This is basically your main playmaker. Increases and reduces the level of your other Constellar monsters, so that way you can make your Xyz plays. And that can be done twice per turn. Can't be used as synchro material, because that would be stupid. 3 copies of Constellar Pollux. An additional normal summon. Fun thing to note with this monster. It's basically immune to Effect, Veiler, and Infinite Impermanence. Unless the summon is negated, or skill drain is face up on the field when it hits, you will always get that extra normal summon. Just keep that in mind. 3 of the new card. Constellar Caduceus. This is such a great extender for the deck, and it basically searches a couple of cards in the deck that you couldn't search before. Mainly the spell and trap cards. So, if you have a Constellar monster, except for him or her, you can special summon it directly from your hand. Then, once per turn, while it's on the field, you can add any Constellar spell or trap to your hand. If it's a material for a Constellar Xyz monster, the Xyz monster gains an additional effect, where if it battles a light or dark monster, before the damage calculation, you banish it. Every single effect on this card is good. And this is really something the deck has been missing really since it first came out. Especially because this card is now good. This card is now a 1-card starter. So, summon this, search Twinkle, level up to 4, voila, you have your Xyz plays now that you did not have before. 1 Constellar Algetti, because sometimes you just need that little extra 1 summon from the hand. A Constellar Sombre, which, a fun thing to note, basically seems like... don't these two look eerily similar to you guys? So, yeah, another fun thing to note is the whole, you can only gain this effect once per turn. You can activate both of these things in the same turn, and they don't conflict with each other. And I always seem to like running this card, which is Constellar See It. It's basically a Cyber Dragon that copies the level of any other Constellar monster that you have, and just makes running into Xyz plays really easy. For some additional extenders that work with the deck, we have 2 Photon Thrasher, because it's a level 4 light monster. And we are running the Artifact package. 2 Scythes and a Moral Tech. I mean, they're level 5 lights. They do really good work. And of course, 3 Ash Blossom. And to the spells, we have a Constellar Twinkle, which basically it's Constellar Chaos as a spell card. Manipulate the level of a Constellar monster you have by 1 or 2. And if you have another Constellar monster in your graveyard, you can banish it and return it to the hand and do it again. Constellar Star Chart. Because we can search this card now, this card is actually somewhat decent. Basically, its effect is once per turn, when you Xyz summon a Constellar monster, you draw a card. It's additional cards. What more could be said? To search out your causes, you have 3 Firefire Nation Tenkies. It's good to note that Omega in the Constellar extra deck is also a Beast Warrior monster, so it'll be a 2500 attacker that will be unaffected by your opponent's spells and traps when you play this. One reinforcement of the army to search the Pollexes and the Photon Thrashers for your extenders. A Monster Reborn, because we can have nice things. And a Call by the Grave, because nothing else really seemed to fit. And if you're keeping count, that's 31, excuse me. So we literally have 9 traps to round out the deck. 3 infinite impermanents, because it's a literal friggin' hand trap, best trap in the game. 3 artifact sanctum, because artifact package. And 3 trap trick. I mean, why not? I mean, if you're just... this is basically a must-have for any artifact deck. You just banish the set, because you're never going to resolve all 3 sanctums in the game. So just banish 1 sanctum, set the other, activate it. Oh, your opponent's locked out of their extra deck. GG? I think so. So, into the extra deck. So we have 2 Constellar Omega. Okay, I lied. It's going to be 24 if you do the whole thing with the 10 key, because it's unaffected by your own as well. But, it's still nice. 24 beater, relatively easy to summon with 2 light level 4 monsters. And it protects all your Constellar monsters from spells and traps. 2 Pallades, arguably the best one. Yeah, only 2. That could be a mistake, but the extra deck is really, really tight. And I feel like you need it. 2 Ptolemy M7s, which you're usually just gonna put up on top of these and then go into Zeus, so that way you have an extra material. Not as broken as Zodiacs, but still really good. And if you manage to keep it around for a turn, you can recur hand traps or whatever you want back from your graveyard, as long as it's a monster. Next, for generic rank 4s, we've got Evil Swarm Exciting Knight, as well as Baguska and Abyss Dweller. If you can make rank 4s, run these cards. Also, of course, we have the Utopia package with 39, C39, and S39. You're probably wondering, Scott, why aren't you running Utopia Double? Because I hate that card. I don't like it. Seriously, it's like, yeah, sure, you run the 1 double or nothing. I'm the most unlucky person ever. I always draw the double or nothing, meaning Utopia Double is literally useless to me. And for an alternative rank 5, we have Artifact Durandal. 1, because you can just change any opponent's effect into destroy a spell or trap on the field, which if you have your Artifacts of Sanctum down, boom. And otherwise, we are running Droll and Lockbird in our side deck. So we can pull the Droll bullshit and lock opponents out of their entire frickin' hand. Still think Droll should be legal? And of course, 2 Zeus. I'll be honest, one of these Zeus in the first build of the deck was going to be the Bujinic Seas. So that way I could get the artifacts out of my hand if I ever... Because again, I'm the most unlucky person on the face of this earth, and I always draw them. But I apparently don't have that card anymore. So I decided, screw it. All Xyz, all in on the black cards. And for the side deck, we're running 3 Artifact Lancia, because you've got the Artifact package, and this thing basically stops any banishing deck or any banishing effect for a turn. Boom, you're good. 3 Droll and Lockbird. This card is dumb. Pancratops, because it's Pancratops. Cosmic Cyclone. Harpy's Feather. You've seen these before. I've literally got 3 or 4 side decks now with these exact same cards, including this. So, yeah, there's that. The last card that I have in the side deck is my other card for Diatron Hate. With few exceptions, all of your Constellar monsters are different types. So you can play around this just fine. Meanwhile, yeah, go ahead. Get 2 machines on board. Get 2 dragons on board. Oh, wait. You can't. Highlander rules. So, yeah, that's Constellars. That's the updated version of Constellars 2021. Who'd have thought we'd have ever gotten Constellar support in a recent booster set? I can tell you, I certainly didn't think so. Anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down below for notifications. Let us know what other deck profiles you want to see from either me or any of our other members, part of our vast constellation of people in our channel. That joke didn't work well. That's not going to get cut. This is embarrassing. End it!